Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time since I last did a Q&A, so I thought since we have now passed the big milestone of 250,000 subscribers on this channel, I think that's the first time I've said that out loud, but how amazing is that? I thought since that there are quite a few new people here, it'd be great to answer some of your questions. So about a week ago, I asked on Instagram if you had any questions for me, and quite a few came in, so I'm just gonna basically go through as many as I can, and I will link below the previous 2 Q&As that I've done just in case the question that you asked was answered in that. Also, if I don't get to a question, don't worry, I will probably use those questions as ideas for videos anyway. So if you asked a question and you're really curious about it, hopefully I'll cover it there. And if you didn't get to ask a question, then you should be following me on Instagram. Shameless plug now, I'm going to link it below just in case you are not following me already. So let's get straight to the questions. I'm going to be looking down at my phone probably quite a bit because that's where I have them all saved. Right, and we're just going to go through the top comments first. I'm guessing that the ones with the most likes are the ones that the most people are interested in finding out about. So I've got a really interesting question here from Alana McCade, who recently made the decision to make art her main focus and is hoping to earn a living from it in the coming years. And they want to know if YouTube is a viable option as an artist, is there a demand, and what future do I see as an artist on YouTube? So in my opinion, I do think that there is potential for artists on YouTube. Something that people have been saying a lot recently is that the platform is oversaturated, which I couldn't disagree with more, honestly. I think there's always room for more creators because everyone has a unique voice, everyone has something new to bring to the table. I think it's oversaturated with a lot of people doing the same thing, but if you're going to bring something new, something different, your own spin on things, then absolutely, I think if it's something you want to do, then it's definitely worth doing. What future do I see as an artist on YouTube? I don't necessarily see a future as an artist on YouTube. I like making YouTube videos and I want to be an artist, but I wouldn't say that I put those two together. I see more of a future for myself as an artist rather than as a YouTuber, but I will continue to make videos for as long as I like making videos, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. This is a good one. Mitch Oliver said, what do you do to keep your work area so clean and tidy? Any tips would be greatly appreciated. Love from Minnesota. Well, I have a few tips and tricks for that. So the main thing for me, I think I've touched on this before, but what I do is anything that I'm going to be using regularly, I keep within reach. Everything has a place, so if I take something from there, I can put it back. If I take something from there, I can put it back. Everything goes away nicely, and you know, the things that I'm going to need the most are the easiest to get to, just so I don't end up leaving things out when I'm done with them. It's very easy to just pull open a drawer, put something back. So that would be my main tip for keeping things organized. But also with keeping things clean, one of my main things is I always have a loo roll right by my desk, and my absolute saving grace is a pack of Dettol wipes. I also use the Wilko's own brand wipes because they're only 50p, but just any cleaning up wipes. Once I've done some painting and I just want to quickly, you know, clean up my desk, I usually use these before and after doing a painting just to clean my desk off, and it gets rid of most things pretty easily if you haven't let them dry there for too long. I've got a lot of questions about social media and building a following, and also I think a lot of people, quite a common thread between these comments was feeling disheartened with not having as many followers as you would like, not knowing if you're doing things wrong, feeling like maybe your art isn't good enough. What I like about this one is the kind of follow-up question of how do you get past feeling so dependent on other people's validation, and that really hit a chord with me because that is something that I've struggled with a huge amount over the years. I am the kind of person where I really need people to tell me that they like it, so I feel like I'm doing something well and doing it properly. But recently I have switched my focus to more of a place of enjoying the process of making things rather than putting all my worth on how the finished piece is going to look. I really enjoy being an artist. I really enjoy making art, and being an artist isn't necessarily about this picture or that picture or the amount of followers you have on Instagram. It's about getting up in the morning and making art and building up a real collection of things that you are proud of. So as long as you can make art and keep making art and enjoy it and make art that you're happy with, that should be your main focus, and post it everywhere you want. Do all the annoying social media things that you have to do, the hashtags and the sharing and the SEO and any other things that you can do your research on and find out about, because they're changing the algorithms all the time online, so it's good to keep up with what each platform wants from you. but the main focus should be making art that you really enjoy and really like, and building a community, really appreciating the followers that you do have already. A lot of people say, oh, I don't have many followers, but 50 is a lot of people and 100 is a lot of people, and you have to look at it in that way, where that's people that are interested in what you're doing, and that's only going to grow. So that would be my advice on that one. I feel like I rambled a lot. It's so weird not preparing for a video and just talking, but hopefully I've been clear on that. Talia Fast said, what is your favourite podcast? My favourite podcast at the moment is probably Law. I really like Law. It's just a nice, spooky, almost hypnotic in the way that the guy talks. It really draws me in. It's the kind of thing I like to listen to when I'm doing watercolour paintings or ink. I don't know why, it just really works well together. So I'd really recommend Law. And other than that, I listen to all the really obvious ones. This American Life, 99% Invisible, I think it's called. I don't know, I've kind of gone off podcasts recently just because I've been listening more to Disney soundtracks and stuff while I work, but Law and This American Life are probably my top two. Sketchy G, or Sketchy G, says, I'm constantly battling with what sort of art style I want to develop or what mediums I want to specialise in. Do you have any advice? Thanks a lot, love your work. Thank you. I think that's something that a lot of people seem to worry about as well, just trying to land their thing, their style, what they use, their colours, and I think the best way to figure it out is to just keep working, doing what you like doing. Whatever you're naturally gravitating towards, just keep doing that. Even if one day it's realistic stuff and the next day it's cartoony, do what feels right in the moment and whatever you're enjoying. And every once in a while, it's good to kind of take a step back, look at the things that you've done and think about what you feel represents you best and what you got the most out of. But also remember that you don't just choose that thing and then that's it for the rest of your life and that's all you're going to do. It's really a journey with your art. So don't put too much pressure on yourself to figure out what it is that you want to be doing and how you want to do it, because I can guarantee that this time next year probably you'll be doing something different. You don't need to know right now what it's going to be because it's probably going to change anyway. Okay, Mads Lacey said, how do you want your career to shape out in the future? For example, do you want to create a book? P.S. I love you and your art so much. I've been watching your videos for years and it's great seeing you turn art into a career. Thanks, Mads. Well, that is a really, really, really good question. It's something that I've been thinking about so much recently. Obviously, if you remember the beginning of the year when I was having my existential crisis, I spent a lot of time thinking about what I am going to do with my art and how I would like it to develop and what kind of career I would like out of it. And I don't think that you necessarily have to know, but I do feel at the moment that what I want to focus on is making travel journals and, just travel books almost, maybe not travel guides, but just books of different cities and different stories of places that I've been to. My Mexico travel journal was probably my favourite thing that I did last year, and it was great to look back on that and think, yeah, that is what I want to keep doing. So I'm hoping, by the time you watch this, I will be leaving for Lisbon in a day. So I'm hoping to document that in a journal, and, if I can turn that into something print worthy, then that would be great. But it's just great to be able to record those memories for myself. But yeah, I would love to do more kind of illustrated journals that I would, I guess, sell and maybe use to inspire people to travel and go to these places as well. Samar Saeed says, what is the hardest thing about being a freelancer or building your own business? The hardest thing for me at the moment is kind of legal stuff and finances, taxes, that kind of thing. It can get really overwhelming when you kind of step back and realise that I'm just a normal person and I don't know about these things, and they're really serious, and I'm signing contracts and agreeing to things and not really knowing if I'm doing it properly. So it can be very daunting at times. There's so much information on the internet and there's so many books and things that you can refer to, but when it comes down to it, there will always be little seeds of doubt in your mind where you don't feel experienced enough or knowledgeable enough to be making particular decisions. Clara Gold Studio said, how do you urban sketch? Maybe this can be a different video, or you can just give quick tips. I actually have a series called Travel Journal Tips. I think there are just 3 episodes in that where I have one on urban sketching, so that could be quite useful for you. But other than that, there are quite a few great urban sketching YouTubers on this platform, so I will leave some links below to some of my favourites. 1000 Years in Summer says, what are your favourite Netflix shows and what are your favourite things about living in England? Favourite Netflix shows, I really like Outsiders, where the people all live in the mountains and they drive quad bikes and stuff. I don't know why, I just really like it. I don't watch much else on Netflix other than Drag Race and films. I always watch like a scary film every once in a while. And then favourite things about living in England, I don't know about England as a whole because I'm really bad at travelling around my own country, but my favourite things about living in London are like travel around the city is so easy. I can get anywhere I want to get within, 20 minutes most. And there's just so much to do, so much going on at all times, even just locally, there's just so much going on at any given time, different festivals, different galleries, all sorts. So yeah, I just love the vibrancy and life of it. And I also love what a lot of people complain about, but I love that everyone just keeps to themselves. I love that I can get on the tube and no one's going to talk to me, and I can get on the bus and no one's going to look at me. That's my kind of city. Al Nozel says, where do you think you would be today if you had decided not to pursue art as a career? I absolutely love all that you do, Minnie. Thank you so much. Where would I be today? Honestly, today, I would probably still be at Sainsbury's, the supermarket I used to work at, just because I was kind of going to be there indefinitely. It was a really good in-between job, a really good figuring out what I'm going to do with my life job. I had friends there, I had really flexible hours as well, so I could, find time to work on my own things in the meantime, but also if I needed money, I could, get in as many hours as I wanted. It was a great little job, so I'd probably still be there. It's only like around the corner from my house as well, so just perfect. Right, well, my camera stopped recording for a little while there, so let's see. We're about half an hour into taping, so I will probably just do a few more. Art Heart 12 said, hi Minnie, I was wondering how do you keep track of all your ideas for your art? And I would say, if it's a really visual idea, then I will quickly do a little thumbnail sketch, either digitally or in my sketchbook, just something really small, really simple to get the basic idea down, and then maybe write notes on it, because those little rushed sketches can be quite confusing to look at, like in retrospect. If it's more of a conceptual idea or maybe an idea for a project, then I will note it down in Trello, which is like a computer on your phone app that I discovered through Lavendaire and Lauren Fairweather, who are also really creative people, and they use it in really unique ways as well. It's just a great way to note down ideas and organize things in different lists, different categories, and not lose track of all the different things that are going on in your head, basically. I will leave links below to both of their videos on Trello, just in case you want to check that out and see how you might be able to use it as well. James Gill said, do you ever regret becoming a self-employed artist? I'm looking to become one myself and I'm pretty excited but slightly afraid about the risks coming with it. Well, James, if you are excited about it, then I would 100% recommend that you do go for it. I understand the fear, but it is so worth it in the end, and I think that once you take that leap, you'll see it for yourself. But honestly, there was a time back in November, I think, when I was really struggling with kind of motivating myself and feeling good about my art, and also feeling good about my career and what I was doing and where I was going. And I remember one night going out with some friends and just saying, guys, I've had enough. I'm going to quit YouTube. I'm going to quit doing art. I want to go back to Sainsbury's. I just want to make art for fun again. And I want to go to a job where I can just clock out and come home and not have to think about it anymore, and just be able to switch off. I was really just stressed and overwhelmed at the time. And it was great to just kind of get that out and say that, but obviously my friends were like, you're crazy and that's not going to happen. You have a great job and you're great at it and you love it. It might be really hard right now, but you'll come out of it. And I have come out of that, and they're absolutely right. I'm so lucky to have the job that I have, and I absolutely love what I do. I really couldn't think of a better way to be spending my time and to be living my life. It's like ideal. So it definitely will get hard, but honestly, if it's what you want to do, it's just so worth it. Like the highs are well worth the lows. So really good luck to you, James, if you do decide to go for it. I think that it will be incredible for you. Watercolor Gal says, how long did it take you to teach yourself video editing? That's the only thing that's stopping me from making my own videos, to be honest. Don't let that stop you. not a good enough excuse. If you want to start doing it, you need to start doing it. You learn as you go. Take a look. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but take a look at my first video. I filmed it with my phone. I put my phone up on a water bottle, on the lid of a water bottle, and just filmed down like that. And I used the music from the YouTube music library, and that was it. That was where I started. And, you know, I gradually learn a thing or two as I go along. I was editing with Windows Movie Maker back then, and you know, the whole thing is trial and error. Now I'm at a point where I'm still learning different things. I'm still making really silly mistakes. So if you think that you're going to start out and already know what you're doing, it's just, it doesn't work like that. Just get started. You can do it. Stop overthinking things. Make a rubbish video. It'll be fine. Okay, we're going to finish off with a few quick fire questions. So Dora Bralick says, how old are you? I am 24. I'll be 25 in a month, 2 months, end of June. It's Air On says, do you have any... It's Air On. Oh. Sorry, I know someone else called Air On. It's Air On says, do you have any unique customer experiences? Like, has anyone walked up to you on the street or anything out of the ordinary? Well, I think I might have told you the story about when I was at a music festival last summer, in a hurry. Ozzy threw our trainers out with our rubbish, so we had no shoes. We went to go and find them, and the girl that dug our shoes out of the rubbish was actually a subscriber, and she was really cool and she was really nice. So if you're watching, thank you for saving my trainers. Madly Penned said, do you believe the pursuit of a creative career is viable in this era of oversaturated creative media? 1,000,000%. I think being in the creative industries is the best thing you can do for yourself in this era of not even oversaturated creative media, but, you know, a world that is going more and more towards valuing creativity and innovation and creation of things. Art comes in so many different forms, and it's more and more useful nowadays, where, you know, a lot of jobs that people would have thought were really stable are now almost replaceable with robots and new technology, but you can never really replace an artist of any kind. So I think 1,000,000% that art is a viable career option for the future. I think it's really one of the best ways to go. Anesu says, do you have a go-to snack when you are doing your art, and what's your favourite type of music? Favourite snack to go to, I love green olives with feta cheese, love that. I just had that earlier today. I also really like salted popcorn, those are my favourite snacks. And favourite music, I listen to a little bit of everything, but mostly garbage. All right, we're going to leave it at that because we have actually been recording for almost an hour now. I'm going to try and edit it down to something that is a little bit easier to watch. I've probably been talking a bit too fast today. It's boiling and I have a lot more to do with the rest of my day, so apologies for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to follow me on Instagram if you do want to take part in the next Q&A. That is always where I ask my questions for those. And yeah, with the next video or two that I post, I will not be around. I'm going to be in Lisbon, so I won't be able to respond to your comments then. But I will talk to you when I get back. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.